Hey guys, it's Kesara, and today I have for you guys my spoiler-free review for Vita Nostra by Marina and Sergey Dyachenkov. Was recently translated into English from Russian. It was written by two Ukrainian authors, so I was pretty intrigued by it because I've heard that it was really good, but I didn't know what to expect going into it. I honestly think that is the best way to go into this book, so I'm going to try not to spoil too much for you guys at all. We're following a character named Sasha, and at the beginning of the novel, she is kind of restarting the same day over and over again, so she's kind of in a time loop. She does break out of this time loop, just for the record, and there's like a lot more plot to it. Like, it's not just a time loop like Groundhog's Day or anything like that. But I don't want to say too much about it because it's more fun to hear it as it goes, and I highly recommend, if you're interested in this one, try not to get too spoiled for this one because it is definitely really good. But I will give you like some tropes and like genre sort of things so you can see if maybe this is a book that you will like. So one of my favorite genres is fantasy with high mystery thriller aspects to it, and that's what this novel is. It has probably more mystery aspects rather than thriller aspects, but there are some thriller aspects that are really interesting, and it's definitely a fantasy book. Rather than give you too many spoilers about the book, I'm going to compare it a little bit to some of the other books I've read and some of the aspects of the other books that I've read that this book reminded me of. There is like a boarding school / university setting. Reminds me a little bit of the setting in The Magicians by Lev Grossman. So if you liked that novel, you could potentially really like Vita Nostra. Also, there are like metamorphosis sort of things, like transformation sort of things. They remind me a lot of In an Absent Dream by Shauna McGuire. So if you liked that aspect of that novel, then you might like this novel. Of course, it played with time in interesting ways, like I have already mentioned, and I loved that about this novel because I love novels that play with time in interesting ways. It's one of my favorite tropes. Also, I haven't actually read another book that does that. That's definitely a unique aspect of this book. Additionally, it has like a mysterious nature towards the magic. It's very atmospheric magic, and the way that it's written reminds me a little bit of The Night Circus. So if you liked any of those three novels for the reasons that I mentioned, there's a good chance that you might end up really liking this novel. That being said, it's very unique on its own. Like, there are definitely parts of this novel that it was just like mind-boggling. Like towards the end, like I didn't even know what to believe like was real and what wasn't real. It's a really hard novel to explain because I don't want to give away too much. So I'm gonna try, without giving away too much plot, to talk about some of the other aspects of the novel. So first is character, and our main character is Sasha, and I do really love her as a character. I didn't like her at the beginning. She kind of just is very obedient and kind of does like people tell her to do, like tell her without really questioning it. But I think like as you go through the novel, she grows on you more because you realize she's not just like laying over and let people roll on her. She has ambition and drive, and that's why she does everything that she does, obeying all the commands that she's given, basically. Also, there are some other characters in there that are definitely really interesting. Don't want to say too much about them because, again, that can give you some spoilers. I like the way the relationships are done in this, and they definitely leave you wanting. The way the relationships are done in this novel definitely leaves you kind of wanting more from them, which I loved about it. Like I said, I don't want to talk too much about plot, so I'm going to skip to world building. And I love the magic in this novel. I love the way that it's done. I love how mysterious it is. And it doesn't ever really give you answers, but at the same time, like, it blows your mind in the way that it's done and what the magic actually is. So that was definitely interesting. And last but not least, we're going to talk a little bit about writing style. It was so beautifully written. The descriptions are so well done. I listened to it as an audiobook, and it was a fantastic audiobook. I highly recommend the audiobook. So I really love this novel. I think more people should read it. I think it's definitely one that can be really great. I cannot wait till they translate the second novel in this series, so I'm definitely really excited for it. I ended up giving this book 5 stars, which I didn't expect to give this one 5 stars. I expected it to be kind of boring, and I expected to give it like only 3 or 4 stars, but I loved it so much that I ended up giving it 5 stars. I don't know how helpful this review was because I try not to say too much about it while still giving you guys an idea of whether you might like it or not. So I went in knowing absolutely nothing, and I think that's what really helped me like this book more, because I think if I had known some of the things going in, I might not even have wanted to pick it up, but they really surprised me and I really love the book because of that. So I hope this was helpful to you. I don't know how helpful it was, but I hope it was helpful for you guys. I post videos every Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, so consider subscribing. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up to support my channel. All social media links are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.